So you want to be a warrant officer, huh? And you're putting your packet together. And you come across a roadblock that you need a letter from a senior warrant. Here's what you do.
Work, 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 earn my pay. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, get up out of 2:45. Hard work, ready to go.
So, you need a letter from a senior warrant, and you don't have anybody in your company, battalion. I say company and battalion because that's most likely where you won't have a warrant, or you'll have a junior warrant, one or two. My suggestion, and I had this actually happen to me, I'll tell you the story, is to seek out a warrant, preferably within your reserves, one that's in the reserves, if you're guard, one that's in the guard. If not, they do have counterparts. You know, we do have our peers in cross branches organizations. Ask them for information to the CCWO. Now, to prepare yourself for the CCWO, who is the Chief Command Warrant Officer. That's the Chief Warrant Officer 5, which many people don't see many of those. He's the Chief Warrant Officer 5, you know, the big guy of the command or of whichever element that he's in charge of. He's in charge of many junior warrants or warrants underneath him. Within the warrant officer community, he's the go-to guy. Whereas everyone else really don't see warrant officers that much or that often, especially when you start going up the pyramid. As you go up, it kind of tapers. He's at the top of the pyramid. He's one of those, that's your unicorn, you know. But as far as warrants, I mean, I have contact, or I can get in contact with a CW5 just like that. But that's my world. But back on topic, you want to get information for that CCWO, requesting his assistance, and to see if he can help get you a letter, a recommendation from a senior warrant, primarily being himself. You want to prepare a packet, and not a standard packet, just an informational packet. One with your bio, have your bio, where you've been, where you are, military and civilian. You can combine them. Your resume, military and civilian. Your NCOERs, and these are things that you're going to have for your warrant officer packet anyway. Your NCOERs, you want to give them to him also, and any other letters of recommendation that you have, and submit those to him, because you're asking for a letter of recommendation from a person who does not know you at all. So to have someone vouch for you that does not know you at all, that's a hard one, because he's stamping his name to you. But if you give him these documents and paint the picture of who you are to him, it gives him a better perspective of you. And he might actually have a CW4 within the branch or MOS that you are actually applying for, to be able to vouch for you. That's what I recommend. Quick little story. I was CW2 running an exercise. I had a soldier I haven't talked to in a couple years. He had my number because he was pretty much the S6 go-to with his company. And out of the blue, I get a WhatsApp message from this soldier. I won't put his name out there. Asking for assistance. And he was like, "Do you remember me? You know, we're part of this exercise, XYZ." And I remember he was a very good soldier, very good. And he was looking for a letter of recommendation from a warrant. And he was actually overseas. He was in Kuwait at the time. Actually, he was coming out of Afghanistan, but he was in Kuwait. And he was trying to finish his packet, and he had no senior warrants or warrants to even get in touch with. And I was like, absolutely, I'll help you. That's what I want to do, help. And so what I did was I collected his information, the information that I just told you to get. I collected that information. I went to the CCWO that I know, told him what the situation was. He wanted to link up with him, and I pretty much did a graceful handoff. He didn't even, the CCWO said, thank you. You know, I'll take it from here because I gave him all the information. And plus that I'm pretty much vouching for this guy because I did work with him. If he was a grimy soldier, I definitely wouldn't even entertain it. But, or I would have told him and he would kick them back. But he took it from there, and it was just that easy. Now, the outcome of it, I don't know. I never did follow up. Actually, I think I might try to reach out. I never did follow up, but nevertheless, that's the route you want to take if you need that letter of recommendation. Us junior warrants can write you letters of recommendation all day, but the packet is asking for a senior warrant, CW3 and above. So, not to drag this out, if you're having problems getting a letter of recommendation from a senior warrant officer, this is how you do it. All right, take care.